I guess a piece of the.
Peace and blessings, fam. Peace and blessings, fam. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in here at the Queen of Rap. And as last week, we are going to be dealing with the stone of the week. It's all about the stones. And we're going to be dealing with the stone of the week. And the stone of this week, dear brother and sister, is citrine. The stone of this week is citrine. We're going to get into the properties of that in just a moment. But as always, we definitely want to, start in peace, so we greet you with peace and blessings. And just quickly, once again, this is Nafiza Ali, the Queen of Rap. For
Hey
those of
guys,
you
peace.
who may not know who she is, the Queen of Rap. She is a holistic healing jewelry designer. We kind of dealt with that on our previous shows. Holistic healing jewelry designers, just like in the times of Kemet and in the ancient civilizations, everybody could not design your jewelry. Everybody couldn't design jewelry for the pharaohs, for the kings, and the queens. And it took a special person with special energy. And I'm not trying to say that she's more special than anybody else. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that it takes a special kind of person with the right type of energy to make pieces for people, because it's not just about only wrapping jewelry. It is about basically the synergy between the stone, the copper, and the designer. So that means that the person that's designing your pieces, they have to be in the right spirit, they have to be in the right heart, the right mind. The intentions should be right because they're designing something that the energy from it is going to be communicating with you. So once again, we're going to go back over the process. We bring in the element of fire. I'm going to try to turn this around. Yeah, so you can see
And
the
for my
element.
friends and people, my friends and family and followers on Instagram, we doing this. So I'm going to kind of pan around, and once my husband finished reading information about the citrine, then he'll kind of pan back on me, and we'll go on through. So hang on in there with us. Go ahead.
All right. And so we bring in the fire, the element of fire. We bring in the element of the earth. This is what the plants are. Of course, they have soul and it represents life as well. We bring in the element of water. We got a bowl of water here. So, once again, it is all about the environment. It is all about the energy that is involved in bringing pieces to you. Now, when you go to Zales, when you go to K's, when you go to these jewelry stores, you don't know anything about the person that's actually designing the jewelry for you. You know that you like it, that it's beautiful, it's nicely cut, and whatnot. But you don't know the state of mind that that person was in. You don't know the spirit that that person was in. You don't know the energy that that person carries and transmits that energy right into your stone. But I know many say, of course, that's why you should cleanse your stones once you get them home to get rid of that negative energy, even putting it in sunlight. But that is true. You should do that. But along with that, even though it said that citrine doesn't need to be clean, we clean all of our stones that we get. We clean all our stones that we get that comes through here. Okay? So what we do is we set the intention, and what she does is she sets the intention in prayer and meditation. We love to counsel with people. Okay? We love to counsel with people because it may be a particular thing that you're dealing with personally. Okay? This is the difference in having a holistic healing jewelry designer as opposed to going to a jewelry store or just grabbing something, from somebody you don't necessarily know. We present the opportunity here for you to actually be able to consult with the Queen of Rap, and then she can talk with you on a one-on-one about things you may be dealing with spiritually, things that you may be dealing with emotionally, things that you're trying to manifest, things that you're trying to do. And then she goes into prayer, she goes into meditation, and then that's when, after she's talked with you, that she actually designs the piece for you. Now, that is something that we offer that is special and something that is unique. I know there are others that do it, but here's somebody that you can have a one-on-one with. You can do it via video conference. You can do it via phone conference, whichever you like to do it. We can do it just like that, so that you can actually consult with her and then talk to her about what is happening with you. And then she can build that piece, and you and her can build that piece together.
That's right.
Okay? You can build the piece together so that way it's not only her creation alone, it is your input. It is your energy that's going in because you have let her know what it is that you're looking for. Then she's made the suggestions or found the different stones, a couple of different ones, and now you're back once again communicating with each other and then finding out what properties the stone possesses so that she can bring that energy right back to you that you need at that moment. Okay? That's a beautiful thing to be able to do. That is a beautiful thing for someone to be able to do with you. Now, you go to Kay's Jewelers. You go to Zale's Jewelers. You can tell them you want the diamond or the ruby or the sapphire set a certain way. Yeah, you can do that. But you can't ask them the question, hey, I'm dealing with people harassing me at work. What would be good for that? They're not going to know. They may know about the cut of the stone. They may know something about it. But their job is only to put something on your finger, on your neck, on your arm. Her job as a holistic healing jewelry designer is to work with you to help you bring about your inner peace, to help you bring about your spiritual development, to help you bring about your manifestation of what you're trying to work toward. That's what her job is. That is the difference between having somebody that just designed jewelry like Jacob, right? And having somebody that's going to listen to you, consult with you, go into prayer over you, and you and her discuss what you're trying to build, and then manifesting what it is with the use of the crystals and the stones and the copper or the silver or the gold, whichever you choose. That is up to you.
Right.
But that is the beauty, dear family, of having a holistic healing jewelry designer. We don't just come on the show just to do a show. We're coming here to let you know that one of the purposes of my beloved wife is that she's a holistic healing jewelry designer. She was personally taught by somebody who does that in that type of realm, Aries. Sister Aries taught and trained her how to design the jewelry from a spiritual perspective,
Right.
not just wrapping jewelry. It's one thing to be creative. It's one thing to be innovative, but it's another thing to do a healing work with the stones and crystals that you use. I just wanted to lay that as a base.
Thank you.
Again, citrine is the stone of the week. So I'm going to go into the properties of citrine.
Well, before you do that, I kind of want to show um, a piece of citrine. This one actually belongs to us. We had it hanging in our car for a long time, and so it's really time for it to go back. But this is what citrine can look like. Comes in many different forms. I'm going to show you another one a little bit later, but that's a raw piece of citrine. It hasn't been heated, it hasn't been tumbled or anything. It's just a nice raw piece. Okay.
All right. So citrine is a powerful cleanser and regenerator. Now we're coming from the book, The Crystal Bible by Judy Hall. She has, I believe, 2 or 3 volumes of this, but this is definitely, I believe, one of the most popular that she has. And it deals with the histories of the stones and what they've been used for since ancient times.
Right.
Okay. So now we're going to go into this. Citrine is a powerful cleanser and regenerator. Carrying the power of the sun, this is an exceedingly beneficial stone. It is warming, energizing, and highly creative. This is one of the crystals that never needs cleansing. We talked about that. It absorbs, transmutes, dissipates, and grounds negative energy, and is therefore extremely protective for the environment. Citrine energizes every level of life. As an aura protector, it acts as an early warning system so that the action can be taken to protect oneself. It has the ability to cleanse the chakras, especially the solar plex or navel chakra, which deals with survival. It activates the crown chakra, which deals with your spirituality, and opens the intuition. Citrine cleanses and balances the subtle bodies, aligning them with the physical. Citrine is one of the stones of abundance. The dynamic stone teaches how to manifest and attract wealth and prosperity, success, and all good things. Citrine is happy, generous stone and encourages sharing what you have and yet helps you to hold on to your wealth. It has the power to impart joy to all who behold it. Gloom and negativity have no place around citrine. It is a useful stone for smoothing group or family discord.
All right.
All right.
Praise God. Now that's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna hand that over to you now.
Okay.
And let you handle that because I can only do 1 or 2 things at a time. All right, fam. Again, peace and blessings. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Queen of Rap, where I try to bring you something new every week. Just more information, more understanding of why I even deal with these stones. Why, why you should have one of these stones or 2 or 3 or 20, it's really up to you. But these are all part of us. They're part of us. They come from the earth. Every last one of these. This particular one, and I want you all to try to get a real pretty, nice up close on that. Okay. It came out the earth like that. Just like crystals, or all stones, they come out of the earth a particular way. Now, once you get them, then you can either use heat to make it nice and smooth and shiny and pretty, or it can be tumbled in sand and rocks in order to smooth it out, which, a lot of people at home could do that. When you look at a diamond comes out of the ground rough and raw and probably, in this type of condition, but they add the heat to it, to really bring the brilliance of that stone out. So you can wear them any kind of way that you choose. I really like raw rocks because to me, I'm getting that raw energy. It hasn't been used, or it hasn't been changed. But not to say that that's bad. The heat is good. Heat is good. We got to have some fire, in order to create anything. You need not anything, but you do need fire. Fire is one of the elements of the universe. So you need fire. And I'm not against these types of beads like this one. And these are some citrine that I'm cleaning. I clean them in salt water, sea salt. Okay. I use Himalayan sea salt. Okay. Not table salt. I don't even put table salt in my body. Okay. Because it really doesn't serve a purpose. That's a teaching for another day. So just get you some sea salt and soak them. And the reason that I do it is, although it said that they don't need to be cleaned, they still have touched people's hands. I don't know what germs are on there. And with coronavirus, I clean everything. So I make sure to soak them. And these are really, really pretty. And these have been shaped with glass. They heat it up in order to be able to form the little beads. Can you see that? Aren't those pretty? I hope you guys can see those and see the nice coloring of it. Okay, so these right here are new, and they're new because I'm getting ready to make something so beautiful, so special, God willing. It's going to be a one of a kind piece. I have a very nice big piece of citrine that's actually heated. So you'll be able to see all the nice shimmering colors, through and through. I decided not to bring that out because the person that gets this piece, that, choose to purchase this piece, it's theirs and it'll be a one of a kind. So you might get a sneak peek next week, depending on how long it takes me to really create it. I don't rush my work. I'm not gonna take a year to get you your piece, but don't expect it if it's not on Etsy and already done, and I'm creating it new for you. It may take me 2 to 3 weeks to do it, and that's because I put a lot of energy and a lot of love into it, and I think about it, and I have to, pray over it, and I have to do it right. And if it's not right, then I'm going to start over because I love to create pieces that I know is going to last. Something you can pass down to your grandchildren. Something that is going to last you a long, long time. If not a lifetime, at least a long time. My husband's been wearing his bracelet for 5 years, and the only reason, he would not, it would break. Sometimes the heat in our body will actually go through that copper. Show the people over here as well, honey. I don't know if you all can see that. That one is one of my forever bracelets, and that's Tiger Eye. Okay. But I guarantee all of my work for a year. So any issues with it, the string broke. It don't matter. Whatever it is, let's communicate. Let's get it fixed. Let's get you happy because you should be able to have your piece. I want you to wear your piece. So another reason that, and we read a little bit about citrine, but one of the things that we have to go back and look at is why did our ancestors start using stones? Why did they, just pick up a rock one day and decide this had some value to it? Well, we will never really know the exact answer other than what has been passed down as to why they did it. They started carrying the rocks, and then at some point they began to fashion it into jewelry. and wear it because they felt that these stones brought certain elements into their life, whether it was prosperity, wealth, health, positive energy. It could be a lot of different reasons why. And you got to start doing some research too for yourselves to know that this is not new. This is very ancient, very old. If you go through any culture, you will find where semi precious stones was incorporated in the jewelry, in their chest plates when they went to war, in their swords, for when they had to fight. Um, Definitely would be gifts for the babies. Oh, they bought rubies to the babies or emeralds to the children, to royal children, because not everybody could use and wear these stones. A lot of time it was for the kings and the queens, and especially certain stones was for the kings and the queens.
That's right.
So, since you're a king and a queen, you should have something for yourself. And as my husband mentioned, I would love and be honored to create a piece for you. And like our ancestors, they did not let everybody and anybody just bring them jewelry. They had a jeweler, they had someone special that they had to make their pieces because energy does matter. I know we can't see it. And, some people may think that's a little spooky, but everything is energy. When you walk into a room, you bring in certain kind of energy with you into that room. And these types of stones that have been sitting in the earth for years, you got to know that it's been absorbing Earth's energy, God's energy, what He created the universe with. It goes into these stones. And so the stones do have different properties and different elements in them. Sometimes it really is what it's been made up with, what type of minerals that's in it, and it correlates. I like that word, correlates with our bodies because we have the same elements and elements in our body. Okay, so please excuse that blur, but we have it in our body as well. So it's really nice. And I wanted to talk also about when we talk about why wear natural stones. Why do I use copper? Okay, copper, for one, is a conductor of energy and electricity. So we just talked about the energy, but it also conducts from electricity. So our houses are wired for the most part with copper because we want light. We want that energy that flows through the universe to come into that plug and light us up and give us light. Well, copper does that also for our bodies. And a lot of our ancestors during and after slavery, and it may have been even before, but I can only speak of what I've read and know of. But we would have used pennies or just a chunk of copper from the earth and keep it near us in our house. If you had some type of, if you had arthritis going on, they would wrap the copper around their arms. So copper was a big part of relieving pain since we didn't have painkillers. So if you don't want to use a lot of medicine and you're dealing with some pain, you may want to incorporate some copper in your life. If you've never done it, try it. Okay? Try it and see what it does for you. Copper is really not that expensive. Um, and I don't think my pieces are expensive. The bracelet that I showed you that my husband has on, that one, they know they for that size, which is a large, and the bead is like a 10 milligram. Those run $35. So I think anybody, can have that. I do have the smaller beads that you can get for $25. So it's really up to you to try it. I do have some just plain copper bracelets if you're not into beads. I don't have a lot of them, but I'll be working on some coming up, especially for the men, so that you can have something. I know everybody, have their own desire of what they want. So we just have to create it for you. You have in your mind an idea, and it's like me. I have an idea in my mind, but I know I can't draw. I can't draw. I got to call somebody. and give them what's in my head to, put it on some paper. So if that's you and you have an idea in your mind, but you don't know how to manipulate the copper, then definitely give me a call, or inbox me so that we can, I'm going to say inbox me, and let's just kind of get to know each other that way, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I think that's important to talk with you, especially if you want something special. Now I do have some pieces on Etsy. It's Etsy, etsy.com /shop, SHOP, /Nafiza Ali. That's NAFEEZAHALI. Okay, we'll make sure to put that in the comments so that you can go and shop. And then when you shop with me on Etsy, a portion of the proceeds go to Love My Kidney Foundation, which, if you don't aren't familiar with that, we have another show that we do called Love My Kidneys, and it's all about health and healing and about the kidneys and how and what you can do to love and appreciate your kidneys and your body even more. So we do this because, for one, this is my passion, and then I deal with health issues with my kidneys. So I like to use naturopathic ways, like with the stones, using a natural um, way. The more you take out the synthetic products, the cheap synthetic products out of your life, really cheap jewelry that's made up of metals that you don't know what they are, you don't know what chemicals they infused with it, and now that's sitting on the biggest organ of your body, which is your skin. That we need to eliminate. You need to have something real on your flesh, on your body, because you're sacred. Your body is sacred and important, and you have to be careful what you put in you and on you. The different types of lotions that we use. I know Body Works and uh, Victoria's Secret, and all, they smell so good. I used to love, one of them was Gardenia and Lily. They discontinued it, but I loved it. But I didn't realize all of the chemicals that they were putting inside of it that's now going inside my body. So now I'm wearing cheap jewelry, putting on some chemicalized lotion. We're eating foods that's got all kind of chemicals on it. You go outside, you got the chemtrails and you got pollution. You got all these things that start to bombard your body. Okay. And so then you end up with toxins that you can't get rid of. So I find that the more natural we are, the more natural elements that we bring into our life, the healthier and the better we feel. Now, to another point, when it comes to the stones, is this stone is not going to make you happy tomorrow. It's going to make you happy to look at it and it's pretty and you want to wear it. But everything is a process, and it's about the the larger picture, the more surrounding things that you have that are of a positive nature. Okay. Yes, these stones, when they were created in the earth, then um, they received certain elements, certain properties. And I love y'all, so I'm not looking at y'all.
Yeah, we got you.
Y'all can see me. But once you start learning about the stones and what they do, one of the reasons it gives it power is because your mind is working on it. Your mind is also is the power to empower you. Food does you no good. You can eat good food all day long, but if you're not thinking good thoughts, then that good food is not really benefiting your body. It can actually cause you harm if you're not having good thoughts. So it's the same with the stone. You want to have good thoughts. And I think when you have these stones and you wear these stones and you look at these stones and you get compliments, on how beautiful the stone is, it reminds you of those elements that's in it. And then you can meditate on that, meditate on it. sometimes during prayer. Some people use prayer beads. Um, I like to sometimes just hold a crystal because, believe it or not, okay, so when I first started with the stones, people were saying you could feel it. You could feel the energy. You could feel, the vibration from it. And I'm like, it's a rock. That don't make sense to me. And I could never feel it. And then my husband and my son, they were able to feel it. And I know they're not crazy, but I just couldn't, feel it. So it was like a year that I had started wrapping jewelry. And it had been about a year. And I went into this little place in Atlanta.
Crystal blue.
Crystal Blue. All right, I'm giving y'all a shout out because I spent a lot of money in Crystal Blue. But we were there in Little Five Points. And I was in the store and just looking around, trying to see, what stones I wanted, what I wanted to buy. And it was like this stone really was calling me. I promise you, it was like, look over here, look over here. And so I was like, okay, let me look. And I looked over, it's in the glass case. Now, everything in the glass case is more expensive than the stuff on the side where everybody can get to. So I looked in there and it was just this one stone that it was like beaming, like beaming at me, like you this one, me, pick me, choose me. So when I asked the gentleman to let me see the crystal, he told me it was a Lemurian crystal and it recorded time. And I was like, wow. So I held it. And as I held it in my hand, I could literally feel it vibrating like a heart, like a pulse. It was just like pulsing in my hand. I picked up other stones. I didn't feel the same thing. But that stone, I felt the life that was in it, the life from the earth. I felt it. And from that point on, I had a better connection with stones. And before I even began creating, I like hold the stone, I meditate. If I'm just creating, nobody asks for anything, but I'm just, being one with that piece right there at that time. You know, it communicates with me and lets me know how it wants to be wrapped. Some of them don't want to be wrapped. Some of them just want to be, I'll keep a stone sometimes for a year or two. It wasn't ready. I don't rush it. Not that particular stone. If that stone says no, then I listen. And, I don't think I'm spooky or crazy. I just think I'm in tune. And that really is a process, to come to. I've talked to a lot of people over the years, a lot of testimonies, people who have gotten back to me after they've purchased something from me, and tell me what they felt, what they experienced with the stone. Um, I had one particular lady at a farmer's market. She's bought several things from me. And one of the pieces was amethyst, and I had a rose quartz. I think it was three stones that I had put together, and hematite balance. Hematite is balance. The rose quartz is love, and the amethyst is positive energy to be brought to you, and negative energy to be deflected. So she came to me one day, and she said, I lost my stone, and ever since I lost my stone, that negative energy that went away came right back. And she said, I need another one. I need another um, combination because it worked for her. And mostly it worked for her because she believed and knew that she can get rid of the negative energy in her life. But it was an element of those stones that helped give her that energy and passion to believe and to know and to really make those things happen for her in her life. And soon we'll have some more people to come on and kind of give you some testimonies. Not that I'm any kind of holy roller or anything like that. I just try to give my life to the God. I just try to allow him to use me in any way that he sees fit to use me. And I want to be used, of course, as a positive force in this world. And so, therefore, I try to give all of my positive energy to those that I come in contact with. And I do the same with the stones. So, it's kind of my what I wanted to say for this week regarding the citrine being the stone of the week. Every week, we'll come up with another stone and talk about it. And then, like I said, we'll have some people on the show occasionally to talk about different stones and how it affected them in their life, or have more depth of information that can share with you regarding the stones and really how our bodies communicate with the stones. So last week we were okay, cool. Last week our stone was aventurine.
That's right.
And we offered a free ring that I made while we were on camera. So if you guys want to see how I create and what I do, I made two really beautiful rings, in my humble opinion. The first one is this piece here. You come closer so they can see that. And okay, so this is an adjustable ring. You see right here that comes open. So the average size here, this would be like a 7 or an 8. Okay, but it can be increased to like a 9 or a 10. Okay, and the way you adjust it is you just squeeze it. Okay, this is a 18 gauge copper, so it's not extremely heavy, but it's strong enough to hold the ring. I hope my fingers not too rusty. They might be. Sorry, should have got some more shea butter. But I think it's a very pretty ring, and it is a gift. I'm not going to say free. It's a gift to you from me, to the first person who follows and likes this video or last week's video and put the word aventurine in the comments. Okay? Once you do that, we will acknowledge you, and then we will be in touch with you for your address so that we can ship this to you. I'm actually going to even pay for the shipping. Okay? Because I want you to try it. I want you to love it. And I want you to let people know where you got it, of course. That's kind of how that rolls. But even if you never show or tell anybody, you have it and it's yours. And I want you to wear it with pride, and then get back with me and comment and let me know how you enjoyed this ring. Now, another ring that I did while we were on the video is done. It's an aventurine as well. But this one, I want you to see that one. That rock is just sitting right up there, nice and pretty, nice and secure. But the difference on this one is we have basket weaving. Okay. Am I close? Oh, y'all not seeing that. There you go. That. I was all the way down there. I wasn't up high enough. This one is done with basket weaving. Okay. So even though we're still dealing with the 18 gauge copper, it's a whole lot more sturdy. Okay. This one can fit about a 7. Okay. See that? And then that's what it looks like on that side. This ring right here truly can last you a lifetime. I mean, it would be really hard to really break this if at any point, the wiring that's holding the rock together, which is very sturdy, it's very secure, but if for whatever reason that comes out, the ring itself is still such a great ring, you can replace it with another stone. Okay. So that right there is a very sturdy ring. This one is available on Etsy. Okay. So you can purchase that on Etsy. And again, part of the proceeds will actually go to Love My Kidneys. Okay. All right, guys. So again, next week, we're going to have a new stone. and we are going to do something a little special next week. So definitely come back, Instagram. Thank you all, because this was my first video with you over there. So come back next week, follow, and let's become friends so that you can get information for whenever we have our giveaways, or whenever we have special guests, or whenever God puts something on my heart and mind to share with you, then we will do that. So we um, we kind of like Thursdays. So Thursdays at about this time, about 3 o'clock, is good. That we'll do a show where we can give you more and more information about natural stones, and we're going to start digging into some history. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a lot of fun to dig into history, find out about. Guess what? There is a huge crystal pyramid underwater. Guess where?
Where?
The Bermuda Triangle. Yes, the Bermuda Triangle, where all of those boats and planes and stuff stop working when they go over the Bermuda Triangle. Well, the triangle is a crystal pyramid that's underground that is emitting so much energy that it discombobulates all of the mechanical equipment. So we're going to dig deeper. We're going to bring that information to you so you can learn more about those crystals. And anybody that watch movies, when they got the big guns, and it's like, oh, this is a super weapon, da, 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 da. It's always a diamond or some type of crystal in there that magnifies. And it magnifies because it's powerful.
That's right. And once again, we want to give you all that website. The website is www.etsy, E as in Edward, T as in Tom, S as in Sam, Y as in Yankee, .com /shop, SHOP /Nafeezah, NAFEEZAH, Ali, ALI, all that's one word. Again, www.etsy.com /shop /Nafeezah Ali.
And we'll put them in the comments to make sure that you have that so that you can go and support and shop with us. Also, if you want to give a donation to Love My Kidneys, you can do that at $ the Queen of Rap 19, and that is on Cash App. Okay, every penny that you send will go in the interim to create the 501c3 foundation. Okay, and then once we get the foundation established and monies continue to come in, and we continue to earn money through selling different products, then it will go to help people who are dealing with illnesses that want to use a more naturopathic way, by a naturopathic doctor or herbs. We will assist them, and that is our goal, to help as many people as we can to heal naturally, but at the end of the day, to heal. Okay?
All right. And we also have a podcast on Anchor as well, anchor.fm, and on Spotify, and it is called Mind Spark Creations. Mind Spark Creations. So if you haven't heard it, we'll be putting up the new episodes probably later on this evening or tomorrow.
Right.
So definitely, when you get that, we'll put the link here so you can hear, while you're driving, and hear the things.
And share it with someone that is interested.
Yeah.
In natural stones, or need to be interested in natural stones. Share it with them. Of course, the more we grow, the more we're able to help others that are, of course, in need of that help. So with that, I think that's everything for today.
Well, yeah, that is everything for right now. That is everything for right now. Again, we thank you so much for tuning in with us with the Stone of the Week. We look forward to being back again next week. For those of you who don't know, I do need to say this. We will have two special guests on both our other shows next week. That will be Sister Chantel Muhammad. Sister Chantel Muhammad is going to be on Love My Kidneys.
Yes.
That's at 10:30 Mountain Standard Time. And we're going to have our big brother, student minister Daryl Muhammad, talking about the healing power of prayer. The healing power of prayer. That'll be at 8:30. That'll be at 8:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Okay.
So we hope to see you there. Have a blessed and a wonderful day. Stay safe. And remember to let the spark in your mind create
a new reality.
All right, family.
Peace.
All righty.